I'm really excited today because the person who's on the screen taught me first ever in life what being a star is. And I will never forget that moment. First of all, a very warm welcome to you, Ravi Shastri, Really, really warm welcome to you. But I just wanted to tell our viewers at the start when I first saw you. And I'll tell you, everyone has their own memory, right? Okay, so I think this is 1985, right? I think I was in Pune. I was studying, I think, at St. Vincent's School. I think it was class 5, Ravi, 5 or 6 at that time. And we saw this, we saw this young man on an Audi drive everyone absolutely crazy. We didn't know what an Audi was. And then he was there and he was just so confident. And he was taking a chakkar of the field. And Ravi, what was amazing was that we used to have black and white TVs till then, right? So we couldn't afford a color TV. And just around the time when this happened, we had just bought, I remember, a color TV. And I know there were a lot of people in the room. And we were just watching and savoring that moment. And what it meant to us was, what it meant to us viewers was that a young man from India can beat the world. And then this title, Champion of Champions. For an Indian to be a global champion is one thing, but to have the title of Champion of Champions behind you. And there was aggression. There was this swashbuckling attitude, and I think it defined the period. This is pre-reforms, ladies and gentlemen, please remember, pre-reforms. India hadn't come out of reforms yet. We were not the most confident people when we went out globally, but we were the world beaters. So Ravi, that's my moment. That's my Ravi Shastri moment.
Cricket is like religion in India. It's you might win for 5 days and then you lose a couple of games and that's it. Out comes the pistol, out comes the hammer, out comes the pen. And what comes out of all this stuff could be pretty acidic. So you've got to take it on the chin and you've got to march along, ensuring that none of that stuff affects the team big time. You might take the bullet, but that's the job of a coach. To take the bullet. After that, you take all the criticism that comes your way. Mentally, in your mind, treat it as constructive, even though it might not. And then move on with life. I don't read all that stuff. I know what's happening in the dressing room. For me, it is results. So, at the end of the day, if the team has performed the way it has, I have nothing to say. People can speculate, people can write. But what the team writes on the scorecard is what will be etched in everyone's memory, not what people write. What does that scorecard say? What does it show? I want facts. So I don't, that stuff can be written and can be written lifelong. I don't care. I'm out of it. I'm done and dusted. Don't know, he's my buddy, man. That is again nice bhel puri and masala for the media. I've said that time and time again. Yes, he has his views. I might have my views. At times, there might be a clash. But listen, I've known Saurabh from a very young age. Very, very young age. In fact, I was instrumental in bringing him into Tata Steel when I was the captain of Tatas, because I saw his talent. And I saw his talent very early. So I'm talking when he might have been 19 or 20 years of age, when he came to Bombay to play for Tatas in the Time Shield tournaments that we used to have. So it's, what is written, what is created, the scenes that can be created is massive. I have absolutely no issues. In fact, I don't have any issues with no one I played the game with. Yeah, whatever you said, you're damn right. Because I did say it. Okay?
Yeah.
And the reason I said it was because there was a meeting, right, in Calcutta, and I was on a Zoom call from outside.
Correct.
And the committee was Tendulkar, Lakshman, and Ganguly.
Correct.
So when my interview came up, Ganguly was missing. Okay?
Yeah.
Get that right. So he was missing. He was not in that interview. That's the reason why I thought it was disrespectful. I don't think it would have had any impact on the team because, the World Cup doesn't need any motivation for any of the players. It's a big event. You know, you go into that tournament thinking you want to play to win. It is how fresh your mind is, how you know the physical condition you're in, how fresh you are physically and mentally to handle the pressure of those big events. I don't think that had anything to play with what eventually happened.
What eventually happened? What was going on? I mean, this is so fresh in our minds. Somewhere, was there a dwindling feeling? I mean, what happened? What was? How did it go so bad? I mean, was it lack of motivation, skill, tiredness has been spoken about, fatigue, overplaying, or just not being able to focus? Or maybe the undercurrent of all this, all this tension.
No, I would say more than anything else is in T20 cricket, it's how good you're on the day and how bold you are in taking the initiative. In the game against Pakistan, we got some runs on the board, but we were 10, 15 short, and they played outstandingly well to beat us. The next game against New Zealand, I thought we lacked the daring. Let me be honest. I'm not the one who gives excuses, toss, due, all that crap. I don't believe it. We didn't have the daring. We were timid on that day against New Zealand and paid the price for it. So if you lose 2 games on the trot in a T20 World Cup, there's very little time to come back and catch up. I think he knows exactly what to do. He's inherited a great cricket team. And with his stature, with his knowledge of the game, he's been hands-on with coaching with the younger team. I think he'll only raise the bar further, and I wish him all the luck because he is just the right person for this job at this moment of time.
Well, that's wonderful, Ravi. How do I say thank you? I mean, I've just enjoyed talking to you. I can see that there's nothing changed. I mean, please never keep saying about your age because you sound more energetic today than I did. And I think that's a good thing for you to talk to the media like this occasionally. I'm just wondering how you've been away from conversations for so long. That's also must have been not easy, but
yeah, it's called conflict of interest. 7 years you're not allowed to do anything else. So
I know.
I'm back.
You're out of the bubble.